an NFL star from Parkland, Florida, has made a live television appearance in order to expose what no one else knew about Wednesday's mass shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. The bomb he dropped may change the way you look at this tragic event. On Wednesday afternoon, 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz entered Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, and began firing an AR-15 rifle. As of Thursday morning, 17 people were dead and many more were injured. It marked the 25th most fatal shooting at a U.S. elementary, middle, or high school since, and including, the 1999 Columbine High School massacre in which 15 people were dead. Adds fire of content as usual. Those on the left have responded to the tragedy with calls for gun control, despite the fact that we have stricter gun laws now than at any other time in our nation's history, yet these measures only seem to have created the opportunity for more gun violence, as they restrict the law-abiding citizen while the criminal ignores them entirely. There are a few people, though, who have given this issue the deeper reflection it is due, and they have come to the conclusion that firearms aren't actually the problem. Rather, we have a moral crisis on our hands, and more gun control isn't going to fix it. Final photos taken just moments before tragedy struck. Poploster.com adds fire of content. Find out more. Greater than 81,294 Thursday on Fox Business Mornings with Maria. Jack Brewer, an ex-NFL star and current member of the Parkland community, revealed the real reason violence is unfolding at American schools at such an alarming rate. These kids need prayer, and these kids need a new foundation besides social media, besides the music that they listen to that's polluting their minds, he said. These were not issues when I grew up 20 years ago, added Brewer, whose children also attend school in the Parkland community, according to Yahoo Finance. He thinks kids should return to spending the childhood the way he and others did in generations past, by putting down the electronic devices and going outside. Adds fire of content. Doing this before bed could help you regrow your hair. Watch this. Regrow hair. X strange link between eggs and diabetes. Watch healthy tips. X the unusual link between coconut oil and Alzheimer's memory repair. X Jack Brewer also pointed out what would seem like a logical step in the right direction when it comes to protecting children while they're at school. How much would it really cost to have armed security, he said. We got military retirees that need jobs and need things to do. How hard will it really be for us to protect our kids in our schools? Of course, the anti-gun nuts would never go for this. They'd rather kids be sitting ducks just so they can have their coveted gun-free zones. Brewer makes another excellent point in the video above, namely, that the shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School transpired in one of the safest areas of Broward County. There simply aren't areas which are immune to this type of violence. That's because this is not a gun issue, it's one of morality. We're living in a time when children practice drills aimed at preparing them for a tragic event like a mass shooting, but when prayer is basically outlawed in schools, and we're surprised that evil has flourished. Brewer is right, childhood just isn't what it used to be. But that's because people do not parent the way that they used to. Discipline is taboo these days. Spank your children and you could be getting a visit from Child Protective Services. Kids are conditioned to feel entitled from the get-go. Final photos taken just moments before tragedy struck. Poploster.com adds fire of content. Find out more. Greater than 41,948 Sadly, childhood is now more heavily influenced by YouTube and social media than by morality and values. At the same time, we're surprised that violence has escalated in our schools. That shouldn't shock anyone. It was the logical consequence of our shift away from a values-driven upbringing all along.